Hi, honey. I love you. How are you? How are you, honey? You cannot go. Hello? Hello? Hopefully, I am audible. Audible, not the book streaming service. It doesn't seem like it's changing volume. Lame. Hello? 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 Hattie Beans. Hi. Hello? Hello? I mean, it's starting to move now. I mean, I do have another microphone that I could use. I hate that I feel like I have to be like right here. Hello? 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 Why does it keep turning down? Keeps turning down all on its own. Yeah, it keeps turning down all on its own. What is going on here? Okay, that is good. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I don't know why it keeps going down. It keeps turning itself down, which is wrong. Hello? Oh, my Lanza. Okay, so hi. I don't know who's here, but if you could do me a massive favor and tell me if you can hear me, because I'm my microphone settings keep turning the volume way down. I don't know. Maybe I'm just incredibly loud. But I just want to make sure that you can hear me. Hi. I love that. Bloodhound Little Jeff. Hi. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to this live stream that I said I was going to do last week, and I achieved that goal. I sometimes I am really awful at personal discipline. So, I'm proud of myself. Now, okay, so possibly my volume is working. It looks like it looks like my camera is still working. I don't know why it just stopped working. It's like possibly pre-Mercury retrograde nonsense. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I say everybody else like there's 2 people watching. Do y'all feel like the energy is off lately? I feel like the energy is chaotic. I wanna just go on a road trip and not think about anything. Just drive. That sounds like fun to me. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about Aquarius. So I'm going to give some other people just a moment to kind of like trickle in if they're going to. Look, we've got another person. Yay. Hi. How are you, Rachel? Thank you for being here. Um, yeah, 3, that's like where 3 people gather in like Jesus' name, then that becomes a church, right? Okay. So I'm not in any way, shape, or form claiming to be Jesus. Not at all. Not at all. I am very much highly imperfect. Highly, highly imperfect. Um, hey, Sarah, how are you? It is a powerful number. Devaya, hi. How are you? Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad everybody's here. I'm so glad everybody made it. And I made it too. I made it too. I really truly didn't know if I was going to make it out of my job this past 4 days because this is what I felt like at my job constantly. Um, it was just so wild. The energy is so wild. And I work obviously a psychiatric acute care unit. My life path number, Rachel, wow. Well, that's really amazing. My life path number is 5, but 3 is fantastic. Um, and so there's all of this science and there's all of this psychology with my job. And it gives people diagnoses for the way that they behave or the feelings that they have or their compulsions, their impulsiveness, all of this stuff. And I mean, I love science. I believe in science. I think that it is incredibly accurate, but I think also sometimes there are devils out there. I think sometimes there are demons out there. And I actually I said that to my coworker, the other tech I work with, my best friend. I was like, I really think we need like a priest. I think that there's no medicine or therapy that's going to actually help this one particular person. I really do. Because and it's like, I don't know. It just continually got wilder, more and more wild, more and more stressful. And I told my coworker, I was like, this is exactly what the devil would love to have happen. Everybody miserable and feeling hopeless, you know? So I actually do love my job though. It's just sometimes it's a lot and sometimes it's so much that I feel like I don't get to give my 100%. I was going to say my 1,000,000%, but that may have been kind of like giving myself a big head, ego talking, thinking that I do so much. I mean, I try to. I really do. I know what it's like to feel helpless. I know what it's like to be addicted. I know what it's like to be depressed. I know what it's like to be obsessed. I know what all those things are like. That's why I love my job and why I wanted it. So, what is your job? It is draining, Rachel. It is. But it can be so rewarding in like no other job that I've ever had before. Kind of rewarding. Oh, you work in hospice? Yeah, my goodness. But I mean, it's a really special moment. It's a special time to be with someone and to be taking care of someone, especially in their final phase of life. It's very, very special. So, you're an angel. You're an angel. What? Who am I talking to, Jeff? Oh, hi. I Sandra. Aha, that's my old supervisor masquerading as Jeff. I mean, the boardwalk is hot. It's hot, and there's a lot of vomit because everybody's drinking all those drinks and then riding all those rides. It catches up. Do you remember whenever the man that owns the boardwalk, I can't remember his name, but do you remember when he was coming to watch the 4th of July fireworks and I went up to the private stand that he was supposed to be sitting in and they walked in on me? Do you remember that? And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna try to watch the fireworks from here." It was kind of, oy, stressful, but I was not scared. I was very, very, very confident that I would not be in trouble, and I wasn't. I need to get some of that confidence back, for real. Okay, so and you're really good at your job. I was something else, but in a good way. Well, thank you. I like that. You're amazing, and you're an amazing boss, you know? You really are. Your your employees are lucky to have you. S Facts. You're a good soul. Okay, so let's talk more about Aquarius. Let's stop talking so much about work. Let's talk about tarot. Let's talk about Aquarius. Let's talk about the moon. Let's talk about the stars. Um, the world. It's summertime. It's like well into summertime. Time goes by so fast. I hope everybody is having a good time in the summer, even if you're working. I hope that you're taking moments for yourself, and I hope that you're maybe scheduling, PTO days so that you can take mini vacations if you can't afford to take a big vacation. And if you can afford to take a big vacation, I hope you're doing that because, it's warm, the sun's out. It's that time of year, and it's going to be the 4th of July. It's pretty exciting. Um but mostly, is everyone in here an Aquarius? You're not an Aquarius, are you, Sandra? Sandra. I said it wrong. You're not, though. I don't think that you are an Aquarius. But that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start off reading for Aquarius, but if anybody has a question, if anybody wants to ask something, jump in. Jump in. I will, ask the cards, do what I can for you. Oh my goodness. You've got so much Aquarius, Rachel. And then that Scorpio moon. Well, hello. How are you? Just Verity. I like that. Hi. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry that you missed me, but it's a good thing we're all here together now. Super fixed. I mean, but at least it's like definitive. It's like a definitive fixed where I'm an Aquarius sun, but I have a Gemini rising sign and then I have Sagittarius moon. So my sun sign is just like, we need to plan everything. We need to have absolutely every aspect of life planned, figured out, we need to be prepared for it and we need to not divert from that path. And then my rising sign and my moon, my emotions, they're telling me just take off. It doesn't matter. And I've done that. I've done that a lot. That's how I got here to Arizona. I just took off. And you know what? It really did kind of matter. I mean, in the long run, it worked out really good because I am where I am. But for a little while, it was very s- terrifying. And I was hungry. But so at least you have that going for you. It's definitive. And plus, that's a lot of Aquarius. So that's so much Aquarius. And then you also have like the intuition aspect that comes with Scorpio, which is Scorpio and Pisces, just like unmatched intuition. Look at you, Rachel. How old were you when you did that? Can I ask? Aquarius rising, just Verity. Okay. I'm so proud of you. I was 40 whenever I did my big move. I've broken free a little bit of my fixed sun ways. I'm 44. How cool. I feel kind of like the 40s are pretty epic. I didn't ever think about them whenever I was younger, you know? I didn't really think about what I would be doing in my 40s. I guess maybe they seemed like a boring decade section of life, but my 40s have been pretty amazing, pretty eventful and exciting. I like it. Hattie's gonna possibly come up here and try to distract me, and she wants to maybe say hi. She's been really, affectionate lately. I mean, she's usually very affectionate, but all last night and all this morning, she's just wanted to be in my lap. So, 48, Sarah, and the idea of being 50 is getting real weird. What path should you take, what path should you take, Sandra? Yeah, exactly, Rachel, same. I really didn't think about it because I was like, that's old. That's old. My mom was 44. I'm not gonna do that. If she will come over here, there's a fly. So they're kind of on the hunt. Hudson is a master fly hunter. He is, and I try to do positive reinforcement. So if he sees a fly, he's like, "Oh, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. I want to make my mom proud." He's a sweet little boy, and he's catching flies right now. So if she will come over here, I will get her toe beans up here so y'all can see her toe beans. The kitten is asleep. I don't know where Grace is. Grace must be asleep. She's probably in the bathroom. It's nap time. It's a day off. Okay. So, I got a bunch of cards out. I got a bunch of cards out. I got this pretty pink deck out. I got my really old black and gold deck out. I got this. Ooh, maybe we'll start with this because the star is on the bottom for Aquarius. This one is from Hannah, my best friend. And then I got not the Wild Unknown. No, is it the Wild Unknown? It is. I was right. It is the Wild Unknown. Kim Kranz. I got these out as well. I also got a vice versa deck over here, but I don't know. We'll go. We'll see if we get there. We will see if we get there. So I'm going to talk to Aquarius. And after I talk to Aquarius on the split, so now I'm going to draw a card for you. Okay, Sandra? Jupiter Jazz, hi. Okay. Okay, we'll see. We'll see, Rachel. But welcome, Jupiter, also. I love that so many people are here. This is so rad. You know, I love this. This is like not a lot of people for most people with YouTube channels, but for me is a lot of people. I dig this. I dig it like dirt. I'm gonna have to do this more often. And I did start a Discord, although I have never done anything with it. So maybe I'll try to focus on that after I stop the live, and so I can get that information up posted so we can I'm thinking we're going to be able to communicate more through Discord, you know? I'm thinking that's how it's going to work. I'm not totally sure cuz I've never done it. So, I'm happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very grateful to be here every day. So, Aquarius, it's what are y'all doing? Hattie is literally dragging stuff under that door because the kitten has been peeing on my bed because I don't know why, but I'm just shutting the door and I've got all the litter boxes out here. And there's a screen from the window that fell onto like it came off of my bedroom window. So it's just propped up against the wall. And Hattie has literally knocked it down and pulling it through the bottom of the door. Yeah, typical cat behavior. Okay, so it's June, what? It's June 30th. Is it June 30th? It is June 30th. Yeah, June 30th. It's going to be July 1st or yeah, very soon. Be happy, Joy. Hi, congratulations. Oh my goodness, I need new glasses. Beth, happy, Joy. Welcome. And congratulations. For real though. That's a milestone. That's a milestone. Do you get stressed or are you like I always wonder because I've gotten a little less stressed about life as I'm in my 40s, and I always wonder if, like, when I am, like, 60 or older, will I just be completely carefree? I mean, I really hope so. Really? Sun, moon, and rising is all Aquarius. More chill. Okay, that's good news. That's good news. I bet you're such a cool person with all of that Aquarius. I love Aquarius. I love Aquarians. Okay, so I guess last week was a new moon, so that means this week we're going to be in the middle of the moon cycle. I don't know the exact phase, but I do know that we're just started monsoon season here. There's tropical storms. You know, summer is doing its thing. So we're on the way to the full moon. So let's see what for Aquarius is going to be going on in this time in between time until we get into the full moon. Hi, I love you. Hattie Beans. What is going to happen? What can Aquarius expect? What can Aquarius expect? Hattie, I love you. Hi, I love you. Okay, here's Hattie Beans. She says, these are all of her beans. These are her mitts. It's kind of hard to... I'm sorry. Okay, she's like, you can't just show everybody my beans, Mom. Okay. That's interesting how that. So it like did a whole spinning thing. Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Swords reversed, and the Page of Wands reversed were kind of like on the card splits whenever it fell out. Let's see what else. Okay, so Page of Swords reversed and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so there's this contract that didn't work out. There's some kind of contract that wasn't, it's almost like somebody was being really unfair. Someone was being really unfair. Someone was taking what they were supposed to give equally to you and someone else, or to you and other people, and they were not giving you anything, and they were giving the others all of it. And also they were being shady and spying on you, like gathering information behind your back, possibly gossiping behind your back, talking shit. That's not happening anymore. We're like ending that cycle. We're culminating in that horrible situation where it was really affecting your money, it was affecting your opportunities, it was possibly affecting your belief that you could start something new, that you could do some brand new thing. I also see, like, I'm really paying attention to this right here, that mountain in that doorway. You notice how like the sky is kind of colorless, but there's money there. There's opportunity there. There's coin, this is like tangible. It's metal. I feel like telling you all of these things. It almost could be like gold and silver. But there's that pretty path, and then there's that doorway, and then there are two mountain peaks right through that doorway. And it's a dirt path. It's a trail. So you're going to need to get off the sidewalk. You're going to need to get off of the road. Maybe you need to drive somewhere to a trail. But the magic is here. Like here. I'm horrible at pointing to cards like in mirror image. But that's where the magic is. In those mountains. Going there on that dirt trail. What are those, like daffodils? I think those are daffodils. Okay, that's where the opportunity is. That's where the whole new beginning begins, and where this old cycle of people talking shit, gossiping, lying, being incredibly unfair. This is all yuck. It's gross. That's done. Okay. So you said, let's see if Leo shows up. This is all of the fixed signs. And right there's Leo. So this represents all of the fixed signs. So Aquarius is up here too. But the world, it's a culmination. It's a graduation. It's a complete coming together. Okay. It's a complete coming together. And also behind that was the lovers. So, there very well could have been some kind of a romance thing where somebody was taking too much and someone wasn't giving enough. The Six of Swords is behind that. There's some kind of safety. So, I'm going to use my old cards because I like my old cards. These are like my very first tarot deck for. That was Hudson. He just yelled. He didn't meow. He yelled. He's such a peculiar cat, but he's so cool. I want to just kind of clarify these cards, see if I can get pluck a little bit more information from these three. So what I'm gathering is something obviously is ending. It's a not good thing. It's shortchanging you. That's going away. Aquarius needs to go on a hike. Aquarius needs to climb a mountain. Aquarius at least needs to walk in the direction of a mountain on a dirt trail. It's going to lead you to a brand spanking new world opportunities. Not just an opportunity, but a whole new world of opportunities. Maybe that's why I felt the need to tell everybody to go out for summer. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles and the Fool. Brand new energy. Okay, excitement. Yeah, I don't know who you're going to meet on this trail or who possibly you're going to go with on this trail, or just what the being on the trail and its energy and how it gets your mind thinking, how it gets your emotions flowing, what it's going to create inside of you. Because Aquarius is really great at creating things in their own mind and figuring out how to do things. You know, they're Aquarius is very much an inventor. So it's a possibility that you may not even meet anyone, but you're just going to have a revelation of these amazing ideas. This this plethora of opportunities that is available to you, that is going to be available to you. And you can just it's secure with the Knight of Pentacles. So that's Virgo energy, but that's completely secure energy. All of his feet are on the ground. The horse's feet are all on the ground. So that's incredibly stable. It does also mean that it takes a little bit of time. Like it's not something that's going to happen like overnight. You're not going to get rich overnight. But it's guaranteed. It's like unshakable. It's guaranteed for you. And then you have the Fool, and you also have the Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So, Page of Wands. Now, behind this one was the Ten of Cups reverse. So, kind of like some kind of a failed family situation, some kind of a family situation that broke apart. It didn't work out exactly the way that you wanted it to somehow. I don't know if this is like from your childhood or if this is some kind of adult relationship that didn't work out very good, but stepping away from that and putting resumes out into the world, you know, maybe trying to branch off into an area that's not your current living circle, you know, reaching out, reaching out kind of far. And it's creative. It's something like the arts or acting or I'm like design. There's so many things. You could also be finding an at-home job. You could be finding a way that you're going to be able to make this money just from wherever you are. You know, you could be completely like nomadic with this lifestyle, with these ideas that are coming to you, and you could be just communicating, you know, you in the middle of nowhere to everybody and still have everything come to you. So the Fool, he starts the journey. He starts the entire life journey. He starts the entire life journey, you know? It's that kind of energy. It's exciting. It's something brand new. It's something that you have not done before. And it looks to me like it's something you probably didn't think you would be able to do before because, yeah, you know, unfair. There's been people in charge and they've been treating you unfairly. You haven't been getting your fair share. Five of Swords reverse is on the ground with the King of Pentacles reverse. So the King of Pentacles, you know, he is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but he's a lot of Taurus energy. He's reverse. So he's like this man who says that he has like a lot. He thinks that he has a lot of money. He wants to have a lot of money. He thinks he's this really big business person. He is not. He is not. He's kind of shisty. He I don't know, it's kind of like you were communicating with him. He was yeah, you were communicating with him. And he there was some kind of deception there. There was some kind of lies being played with him, um, and other people too. It wasn't just with you. He wants he wants to make up, but it's almost like, you don't really wanna deal with that. You don't wanna deal with that. You don't wanna think about that. He wants to say he's sorry. He wants to try to make things different. He wants to make up for being deceptive, for possibly lying somehow with finances, but you're not trying to have that. You don't care. You're not doing that. There's something brand new coming. Something brand new coming for Aquarius. Okay, so I wanna clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, wow. So, in mirror image, when I look at this, she's upright and he is reversed. The Empress and the King of Pentacles. So, the King of Pentacles, those are like two completely polar opposite energies, too. The King of Pentacles is constantly working. He's constantly working with his business. He's constantly making decisions, making acquisitions, making purchases, telling people what to do, delegating. He's got a lot of people that work underneath him. He's constantly doing things. And the Empress is literally just sitting back and everything is flowing straight to her. And she's upright. Whatever you're going to figure out, whatever this Ace of Pentacles is, it's going to be almost like effortless. It's going to be so easy. You aren't going to have to go out and try to make it happen. The only thing you need to do is get yourself out of your I would love to win the lottery. Jeff, Sandra, I would love to win the lottery. You just need to get yourself out of your mind that you're constantly existing in every day, or at least, for the work week. And then, probably also at home because home has bills, and that's stressful too. You just got to get your mind out of that. Get it into nature. And you're going to realize so many things. Well, let's see if I can get some clarification. Cards that will clarify the Ace of Pentacles that came out for Aquarius. Any more cards just specifically to clarify the Ace of Pentacles? Can you tell me more about this Ace of Pentacles for Aquarius? Just a little bit more. It's the Nine of Cups and the Three of Cups. I mean, those are just beautiful cards. Like wish fulfillment, having a blast, celebrating with friends, with people that you love and you trust, not people that you kind of have to play like you kind of like and get along with because, for the sake of like office politics or whatever. No, no, no. You can be your true, genuine self. Six of Cups. Okay. So I have been speaking about Mercury retrograde, and it very much is coming up very soon. I think it's like the second week of July it begins, and Mercury retrograde, it brings things back from the past. Uh Typically because you need closure, something needs closure, a situation needs closure. On the bottom of the deck. Okay. Ace of Swords reversed, and the world is behind that. So, what is this reunion? What is this reunion? Those are two kids. The boy, he's bringing the little girl a little cup, and it's got a really beautiful white flower. It's like a pure flower, it's purity. She's, short. She's got little mittens on her hands. It's probably very cold. They both have shawls on. And he's just being very, very, very sweet, like innocently sweet to her. It's just such a beautiful moment. It's beautiful energy. It's like childlike love, childlike trust, childlike fun, dreams, carefree energy. And there's somehow this lie, there's something that's this lie that is attached to it. Um I mean, I don't know if you believe in like fantastical things like I do, but if you can get your mind out of the everyday 9 to 5 or whatever your hours are, and I've got to pay my bills on this date every month, and like I have this much in my bank account, and I need to buy groceries, and all of that like pre-planned nonsense that basically just drains our life away. If you can get out of that and get yourself expecting literally anything, like what Sandra said, could win the lottery, just expect that it's gonna happen. There's somebody that Aquarius really loves. There's someone that Aquarius really loves from the past, and I kind of feel like it's from a long time ago, like maybe 6 years ago. This person is gonna come back. This person is gonna come back. The world is behind the Ace of Swords reversed. So, the thing is with this person, they were in Aquarius's life, it was beautiful. But I feel like the leaving Aquarius's life, like why they're having to come back because they're not with you, I feel like that is like the lie, the dishonest part. There's something there. Let me see if I can get, I'm gonna clarify the Ace of Swords reversed. There's so much yellow. Everything is yellow. So much yellow. On the day that you wear the yellow shirt, the other person is gonna show up in red. The cards, the way that they were lying, not like lying as in telling a story, but the way that they were lying is how they were laying on top of each other. It makes me think they're gonna come back with some kind of explanation. I don't know. Some kind of closure for you. Tell you something. Tell you why they left. What they've learned since they left. Temperance reversed. And the Emperor. So, previously, the Empress fell out. Divine feminine. I didn't really say that, but it is. And now we have the Emperor falling out with Temperance reversed. So, there was this really massive imbalance between like a divine feminine, divine masculine. On the masculine side, on the Emperor side, coming back in complete full power to admit to Aquarius that they were incredibly imbalanced. I mean, it's not, it is epic. It is. Maybe Temperance is also Sagittarius energy, but it's like, I mean, a lot of times I see it as somebody who's drinking an incredible amount because typically the Temperance card is, this angel pouring the drinks back and forth when it's upright, but when it's reversed, it's just gives me like, bartender mixing drinks energy. So I get like drunk energy from it. Vice, somebody not taking care of themselves enough to process their emotions, to heal themselves. So therefore they just try to drown their pain away, try to drink it away, try to numb the pain. This person is coming to the realization that they had to stop drinking. They had to learn something. They had to heal something. Coming back to tell you about it. Okay. You have a good night too, Sandra. Thank you so much. I miss you too. Okay. Now, Tell me about this Emperor. King of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, loving father energy. This person was possibly a father. Maybe it could be Aquarius's dad, although I'm feeling like this is a romantic situation, and I would just really hope that nobody's in a romantic situation with their dad. I get it, it happens, but I'm hoping that's not the case. Um, and the sun behind that Leo energy. Wow. Okay, and then again in this deck, the 6 of Cups. I know these cards are so old. They're so worn, but that's the 6 of Cups. Reunion. Okay, this person is incredibly loving. This person has a very big heart. This person has big emotions. This person is very tuned in to their emotions and their love. I mean, it really looks like they come with complete happiness. It also looks like they come without a job. Sorry. 8 of Pentacles reversed. The Hermit reversed. Maybe that's the thing. They didn't have a job. I don't know. At some point in time, they didn't have a job. They didn't have a purpose. They didn't know what their purpose was. They were restless. They had to go out. They had to figure it out. And they just went on an adventure with 2 other people. That's kind of clarifying this Emperor. Possibly a Virgo, because you've got the Hermit reversed. This could have been a Virgo. This could be a Virgo also. It could also be a Leo. Could also be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Those are all the cards that came out. But yeah, okay. So, rule number 1 before anybody possibly gets excited, because those are exciting cards for the right person. You should never really sign any contracts. You should never enter into any contracts during Mercury retrograde. So, I'm just saying this, if someone comes back into your life and you want things to work out with them and you truly do, and it's truly healthy and they can truly, explain to you why they possibly hurt you in the past, be patient and wait for Mercury retrograde to end. But I did ask in between now and the next full moon. So that would technically be not Mercury retrograde. So I'm just throwing that little bit of information out there. Let's ask about career stuff. Well, I mean, I kind of touched on that because obviously Aquarius needs to take a hike to the mountains, and then they're going to see whatever they need to see to open a whole new world for them. But let's see. Let's ask specifically about career. And I don't know why I'm just doing this with the cards. I guess I'm just thinking I'm going to pick a card. Cool. I've never felt like doing that before, but I'm going to. Aquarius career. Aquarius career. Okay. King of Pentacles. Seven of Cups reversed. 6 of Cups on the bottom. Okay, so far, the Emperor has fallen out for Aquarius. So far, the King of Pentacles has fallen out. And so far, the King of Cups has come out as well. So we're getting like massive, big, masculine energy coming into Aquarius's life. Massive. So it doesn't have to just be a man. It could be that all of a sudden Aquarius is tasked with these kinds of tasks, like you're being asked to become this leader. You're being asked to become this business owner. You are asked to become this boss. You are asked to become this person who is loving and can care, not just in a loving way, but also in a monetary way. Not being confused, not knowing what to like not sitting down and going, "What am I gonna do with my life?" Or what do I love? What's the most important thing to me? What should I do? Where should I put all of my energy? Not having to go, I'm putting my energy into 20 different things because I have to keep all these little things going because what if one of them works? But when you do that, you water down your energy, and your energy is what makes things happen. So if you're putting all of your energy into 20 different things, you're just diluting your manifestation power and your focus. There's this aha moment, and it all starts on the hike. It all starts on a trail. That's what it is. And in between now and the full moon, Aquarius, you need to take a hike. Figure it out. Figure it out. Okay. Um, let me see. Who who mentioned Leo? Someone mentioned Leo earlier. So, I mean, I guess I'll just do a Leo reading real quick. We can do that. We can do a Leo reading too, since someone mentioned Leo. We can tap into them. We can cross watch, right? That's what this is, cross watching. Um, I'm really excited for Aquarius to go out into nature. I mean, it's gonna be exciting. When I said go out into nature, that's what I split the deck at. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So we got the King of Pentacles 2 times, and then we just split the deck while I was talking about Aquarius, and we had the Queen of Pentacles. So we also had the Empress with the Emperor. There's definitely like, okay, Rachel, I hope that you have very, very good night. Thank you for being here. Um, and I appreciate you. Okay. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. There's definitely like this partnership thing happening. There's this partnership. Um, it doesn't necessarily have to be traditional man woman type partnership. This could be that you meet, a soulmate, a friend, anyone who can just match you as far as dreaming and your vision and what you want to do, but then also make up for compensate for what you are not great at. Like there is a partnership aspect to this money idea, to this business idea, to this thing that is going to be figured out. This Ace of Pentacles moment for Aquarius. Okay. So, I'm going to get my mind focused on Leo. Leo. Lion, Leo. Leo the lion. Leo the lion. Let's see. What is Leo doing? What is the astrological sign of Leo doing? What is the astrological sign of Leo doing? 6 of Pentacles sideways. Okay. So this is what Leo is doing. I'm pretty sure that that's like someone putting Leo in that situation. It could have been Leo who put themselves into that situation, but it's very wishy-washy energy, and Leo is very fiery. I don't see them having too much wishy-washy energy. Like I feel their energy being completely concrete, 100, 1000%, 1,000,000%, this is what we're doing, or like, fuck that. I don't feel it being in between. And I don't feel like Leo would put up with being treated like this for too long. So, again, I feel like this is a situation that Leo has been put in. Again, like I said, they could have put themselves in this because they're not above making bad decisions. We're all human. We all make bad decisions. So the Six of Swords, though, sailing to safety. They're sailing to safety. There's a man, a woman, and a child. You know, the man is taking care of the woman and the child. He's getting them to safety. There's like someone coming along and helping Leo get them to a safe place and get them to safety. Maybe they're getting Leo out of this Six of Pentacles where, you know, some kind of contract was broken, something was unfair, someone said they were going to do something, they didn't really do it. Possibly Leo said they were going to do something and they didn't do it. You know, someone is coming in and helping them and getting them to safety currently. That's what's going on with Leo right now. Tell me more. Okay, Eight of Pentacles reversed. I'm not Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Wands reversed and the Chariot. So, someone was blocked. Someone got their phone number completely blocked. Like, either Leo blocked someone or someone blocked Leo. Couldn't get through. Absolutely stonewalled. You know, there is no communication getting through between Leo and someone. Hi, Janine. How are you? Your life on Instagram is fucking beautiful. Just so you know, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you and very happy for you because you are having so much fun. And it's beautiful. But Leo, they're moving. They're moving very fast. The Chariot, okay? They're reining in both sides, you know. They're moving forward, focused. They may even be in a car, like someone is coming to like help Leo and move them in a car. Leo could be driving too. Either way, there's no doubt. There is no doubt. There's no wishy-washy things anymore. Whatever the broken contract situation for Leo was, whatever that card was about, they learned something from it. And they learned, I just keep hearing like integrity. They learned something from it. They don't want it. They don't want to be that if they caused it. They don't want that. Good. I'm very good. It's my day off. You know, I made it to this live that I said I was going to do. And we're here and we're just having a good time. Okay. So, and like, I'm just talking about Leo right now. We just talked about Aquarius. It's lots of good things are happening for Aquarius. Most important thing is, you know, go hike a mountain if you can, which I mean, I think you've got some mountains around you. You could go find a trail and walk. Do it because magic's going to happen. Now for Leo, they're kind of going through some shit, you know. Leo's going through it, but Leo has someone who's helping them, and that's nice because everybody, you know, everybody needs help at some point in time, and if there was nobody to help when you need help, that kind of desperation is really not what life was meant to be. Life finds a way. So, really, in reality, that we might have desperate moments, but no one should be just feeling complete desperation constantly, all the time. Like, there's no relief from it, like, there's no reprieve. So, someone is definitely helping Leo, and that's good. Good. I'm glad you're going to find something amazing. Something amazing is going to happen whenever you take this hike. But Leo, they've lost their magic. They possibly it's a possibility that Leo was trying to manipulate things and make things happen in a wrong way. Maybe they were hanging out with somebody, you know, guilty by association type energy. But there's this Gemini Virgo energy, magician reversed, um, master manipulator type energy, or just not being able to make anything happen. And, whatever that situation is, it's causing some judgment. There was a lot of things lost as far as Leo and this broken contract and this thing that they're trying to get away from. There's a lot of judgment. Like they had to answer for it. They weren't able to just get away scot-free. They learned a lot. Okay. So let me just ask, like, what's coming next then? If this is what Leo is doing, what is coming up in the immediate future for Leo? What is coming up in the immediate future for Leo? What is coming up in the immediate future for Leo? Page of Wands. Okay. And the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. I mean, I feel like Leo is kind of just in it, kind of stuck. And I feel, yeah, like Leo was desperate. I don't know who asked about Leo, but someone in the chat asked about Leo earlier, and that's why we're talking about Leo. They're definitely trying to make something happen. They're trying like hard as balls to make things happen anywhere. They're like looking out in the horizon, like other towns, other states, maybe other countries, anywhere. Is anyone out there? Please answer me. And I feel like not a lot of people are answering back. Um, they don't have a lot in their own corner. They basically it's almost like they've lost everything, like they've lost their belongings, like their lease is up. They got kicked out of their house, like their roommates kicked them out or something. They are just they don't have a lot of stability for themselves right now. They don't have a lot of stability for themselves right now. Um, they possibly owe people an apology. They may need to apologize for some things that were lost. And, they're just trying. They're just trying to make something else happen because where they are, it's like they hit rock bottom. And that's what's happening. Let's just wish them some strength, and probably everybody. I mean, you don't have to, but I'm going to say a prayer for Jesus to just be with Leo, help Leo along because our lives are our lives. Your life is your life. But we all exist on this planet together. So if we can all be happy, it's really going to be beneficial for everybody ultimately. So let's wish Leo some blessings. And it sounds like they've learned a lesson. Sounds like they learned. Okay. What should I ask? Should I just start reading for other signs should I? Should I? Who else? Who else? Let's see. Who else could we read for? I mean, we could read for the King of Pentacles, but I mean, the Emperor, Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Who? Who? Let's see. I could just do like Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. But I don't know. I feel kind of like that's very broad. And I feel like it's not just one set. I feel like when you ask about divine feminine and divine masculine, it's kind of almost assuming that there's like one set of divine feminine and divine masculine. And I feel like there are so many people who have those energies and those qualities, and they're in all the different stages of their journey. So I feel like it would be kind of really almost impossible for me to just get a really accurate divine feminine, divine masculine reading. I could be wrong. I may be doubting myself. What is it right now? Is it Gemini season? Is it Gemini season? I think it's Gemini season. Am I right? My phone is way over there. I can't ask it. Well, it's Cancer season coming up. Let's do that. Thank you, Janine. Huh. Okay, so let's ask for Cancer. That's what we'll do. I'm just getting my cards all kind of straightened out. It's Cancer season. I've got the most delicious water. I've recently started putting cucumbers in my water. Amazing. it just like oomph up the hydration feeling. It's amazing. I highly recommend cucumber slices in your water. Okay, so Cancer. Let's see what's going on with Cancer. Let's see what's going on with Cancer. Let's do that. Yeah, good. Cancer. It is so unbelievably refreshing. It's amazing. I can't believe it took me 44 years to do that, to learn to do that. Cancer. The astrological sign of Cancer. Let's tap into the astrological sign of Cancer. The Cancer collective. Let's see. What is going on? What's going on? What's coming up in this season for Cancer? What's coming up in this season for Cancer? What is coming up in this season? Five of Pentacles reversed. Okay. And also why? The 10 of Wands, why? They're very defensive. They're very, very defensive. They're very protective. It's almost like they're under a microscope. Everybody sees what they're doing and they don't want anybody to see anything. People are trying to look in on what they're doing and they're like, I don't want you to see. I don't want you to see. Which is a very Cancer kind of thing. You know, typically they are very private. They don't let everybody into their house. Not at all. But Five of Pentacles reversed, that is fantastic energy. You know, that is saying, whereas Cancer was, is pushing back, saying, you know, don't look at me, don't see what's going on, don't try to find out what's going on with me. Someone actually did see a little bit and they were able to help because at one point in time, Cancer was possibly struggling and feeling like they were kind of isolated and alone and like they didn't have some kind of a support system, like they were not being seen, like possibly they were suffering in silence, alone, struggling. That's turning upside down, you know, that is turning itself around for Cancer. So that's good. It's kind of like, contradicting those energies, which, you know, I feel like that's just part of the human condition is to be contradictory because, you know, none of us are perfect and a lot of us are not smart at times. Queen of Swords sideways and the Six of Wands reversed. So that's Aquarius energy, the Queen of Swords, but it's sideways. And you know what the Queen of Swords is when she's upright? She tells the truth. She's all about only the truth. She literally has zero patience for any bullshit, any shenanigans, any nonsense, any lies. If it's not fair, if it's not true, she's not going to stand for it. This is giving kind of like possibly Cancer is either they are possibly being kind of wishy-washy behind the scenes, or they did something wishy-washy behind the scenes and they don't want anybody to see. But they're kinda like Cancer is definitely kind of like trying to not be seen. But the thing is, it really looks like at the same time that Cancer is trying to not be seen, it seems like all of a sudden just people are like looking at Cancer. But I can tell oh, Justice reversed. Yeah, there's some shadiness going on with the astrological sign of Cancer for their season. Let's hope that that's just possibly the circumstances that set the stage for what's actually going to happen, you know? Tell me more about Cancer for Cancer season. Tell me more. Okay, so their cards are falling face down too. So that's telling me that again, they're trying to hide. There's something that they don't want either people to see or they don't wanna deal with, maybe a little bit of both. Two of Pentacles reversed, Four of Cups reversed. Yeah, okay, so Cancer had to make some kind of a decision. They had to make some kind of a decision. They made the decision to get themselves into a place of feeling better, but possibly it was like one of those for the greater good kind of decisions that they had to make. And maybe they don't want everybody to know it. What is the decision? What is the decision that Cancer had to make? Okay. King of Swords and the Emperor. Okay, they went high up. They went high up. And we had Justice reversed. We had the 6 of Wands reversed. We had the Queen of Swords sideways. And now we've got the King of Swords upright. They went to someone high up and official, someone who makes decisions in rules and regulations. And they went to that person and they were kind of wishy-washy. They were kind of wishy-washy with that person. And they don't want they just they don't want people knowing their business. And I mean, it just kind of makes you wonder, like, why don't they want people to know their business? Why are they so defensive? Is it because that possibly they did something that they should be defensive about? Maybe. I don't know, but they went to someone really high up, the Emperor, King of Swords. They went, like I said, and they were either they went or someone brought them up to the King of Swords' attention. I mean, Aquarius energy, the star, the Empress reversed. Um hmm, hmm, hmm. So we had the Emperor just now, and now the Empress falls out, and that's the couple, that's a pair, that's a partnership. They belong together. They match each other in energy. And so the only difference is the Emperor is like all action energy and the Empress is all receptive energy. So it kind of looks like whatever Cancer kind of didn't tell the truth about or kind of did that was kind of shady, um, was to keep someone from being so abundant, like feminine, possibly an Aquarius. I mean, we have seen the Queen of Swords and the Star is coming out now. It's 2 cards of Aquarius. It is a possibility that there is a Cancer who was not really liking seeing the Aquarius shine so much and wanting to take that away. And something in Aquarius season is like somebody's focusing on that dynamic. An Aquarius, not Aquarius, but Cancer is just kind of like, don't look. Don't look. Very defensive. Very, very defensive. Five of Cups sideways in the moon. Cancer energy. Okay, so Cancer's got a lot of shit going on, but honestly, they don't wanna lose a lot, like, they stand to lose a lot, like, in their mind, they have a lot to lose, and so, mostly the most important thing to take away from, I guess, this whole situation, whatever's unfolding for Cancer season, for the astrological sign of Cancer, is they don't wanna lose all the things that they love, and they have a lot of things that they love, particularly 3 things, I don't know what they are, maybe it's their kids, maybe it's, like, their car and their home and I don't know, a spouse or there's 3 things that they love a lot. It could be 3 books that they love. I don't know. Um, there's this really big sense of mystery, like, nobody knows. Nobody knows about it, but there's 3, and there's some shadiness going on with Cancer. There's definitely some shadiness going on with Cancer, and it comes from a place of self-preservation. It comes from a place of self-preservation versus a place of integrity. So, basically what I'm trying to say is Cancer did some kinda shady shit, possibly to an Aquarius, possibly to just someone, a female who is really shining brightly and just kind of flawless, easygoing. The Empress is also pregnant, in the tarot, but Cancer decided to alter to alter try to alter the situation with their words in favor of Cancer. Also, maybe it's just they chose to leave out how amazing this other person is. Either way, it's to make themselves look good and to keep the other person from not being abundant. So, it's shady. It's shady. There's a lot of mystery, there's a lot of secrecy. It's gross. I mean, I wanna, like, get out of this reading because I don't like it. It's gross energy. 9 of Cups reversed, 3 of Wands reversed. So the thing is, Cancer did do a shady thing, and there was, like, this interaction with Cancer doing this shady thing with someone who is literally, like, official. Like, that they're a police officer or an attorney or I don't know, they're just, like, in charge of rules, of following the rules. You know, it's like going to human resources or something. Um, the people that they surrounded themselves with because they had to lower themselves a little bit because they had to do something kinda shady. So they had to kinda get on shady people's level. Well, the shady people that they did the stuff with, I mean, obviously, they have no integrity because they're shady people. So, it almost looks like they're kind of, gonna flake probably on Cancer also, and the thing that Cancer didn't want to get out is kinda still gonna get out, like, they're still gonna find out, and it's not gonna work out good for Cancer. It's like yeah. So, okay, well, that was the astrological sign of Cancer, and I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna leave this live here, I feel like we did 3 signs, that was fun. We will also pray for Cancer to hopefully start making, honest choices and communicating honest words and not be shady, because if you always tell the truth, then you never have to hide anything, and you never have to be, like, wondering and worrying if someone's gonna see you, because you always do right, right? Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I've had a lot of fun. I will definitely do this again. I don't know if I will do this again next Monday because I kind of have some plans next week, but maybe I will go live again Wednesday to kind of make up for next week. Or maybe I'll just do a pre-recorded video and upload a video on Monday. But honestly, truly, thank you all for being here. And I hope that you have a really good night. I hope that you have a really good what is coming up. I work on the weekends, so I get confused on the time. Yeah, have a fantastic work week. Have a fantastic work week. Don't work too hard. Plan the hike for Aquarius because that's where the magic is going to happen. And thank you for being here and supporting me. I hope you have a very good night.